What up, kinfolk? It's Monday, June 15th. Monday, June 15th. It's 1:40 a.m. in the morning, and I really should be in bed right now. But I just wanted to take some time out to speak on these George Floyd protests. Really, we shouldn't just call them George Floyd protests because it's not just about George Floyd. It's about Breonna Taylor. It's about Atiana Jefferson. It's about Sean Bell. It's about Sandra Bland. It's about Mike Brown. It's about Eric Gardner. It's about Tamir Rice. And it's about John Crawford III, Philandro Castile, and so many other innocent black men and men and women of color who have been victims of police violence. This is what it's. George Floyd really is just a breaking point. There's been a lot of protests, and while I don't agree with the rioting and the looting, obviously we don't want to see that. But however, what did you expect to happen? I mean, people are angry, people are pissed, and they're looking to take it out on, and they feel that they have no voice. Like Martin Luther King said, a riot is the voice of the unheard. So while we're not encouraging, so while I'm not encouraging rioting, I do see why it's going on. And I do understand the anger and the tension. Also, when you concentrate on the riots, anyway, most of it's not even related to the protesters. You've got people just coming in from outside the situation who just want to start shit, and you've even had some white supremacist groups agitating people, as well as some of the police officers. I mean, you've seen reports of police officers shooting protesters with rubber bullets, and even instigating some of the riots. If you go on Twitter, you can see threads about how peaceful protesters were instantly turning violent because of the police intervention. And it's like, they don't get it. We're out here people are out here protesting police violence, but then here you are being violent toward the protesters. So that's just one part of it, and a lot of people are and as usual, as we've seen with folks like Trayvon Martin and Sean Bell, people are bringing up George Floyd's criminal past as if that's supposed to justify it. I mean, first of all, it doesn't matter. He already served his time for what he did. I mean, I'm not defending. He already served his time for what he did. He already paid off his so-called debt to society. And even if that wasn't the case, it doesn't matter because, number one, how does that justify killing an unarmed black man without executing somebody? Well, executing an unarmed black man without so much as arresting him or giving him a trial or anything of that sort. And number two, this isn't just about George Floyd. He was just the straw that broke the camel's back. There's been Breonna Taylor, Atiana Jefferson, Philandro Castile, and so many other names. So also another thing I've been seeing a lot of is you have a lot of companies and entities like on social media putting up graphics saying Black Lives Matter and all that. And a lot of them have been making donations and have been trying to make conscientious efforts to change their own workplace culture, and that's great. However, what I want you to do is, whenever you see that, then make sure you do your homework and you see exactly what they're doing to support Black Lives Matter, or what they're doing to speak out on the issues that are being brought up. For instance, you look at L'Oreal, the skincare company. They were putting up, they had put up their Black Lives Matter graphic, and transgender model, what's her name? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Monroe Berthoff, and I do apologize if that's mispronounced. She brought up how she had been fired by the company 3 years ago for speaking out against racism. Thankfully, this story has a happy ending because Bergdorf has been rehired by L'Oreal, and that's probably the most right thing to do. And also, you even see companies like WWE speaking out on it. But if you do a deep dive into its history, then you'll find out that there's been a lot of few questionable incidents, to put it politely, when it comes to WWE. But a good thing is that a lot of wrestlers themselves are also speaking out on behalf, like Randy Orton, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, so many others, and that's a good thing. Now, the biggest offender prop in this case is the NFL, obviously, because now they're sticking out with Black Lives Matter. Now they're putting out Black Lives Matter messages on their social media, but at the same time, this was the same company that blackballed Colin Kaepernick when he was doing his peaceful protests, kneeling for these causes. And yes, I know everybody's trying to flip it around and say that he was disrespecting the flag, but you know damn well that was not the case. And ironic, like me and the same people today who are decrying the riots and the protests, these were the same people who were dissing Colin Kaepernick for kneeling when he was bringing attention to a peaceful protest. All right, so again, like when you hear these companies speak on Black Lives Matter, make sure you do your homework and make sure you go in and see exactly what it is they're donating to. And because there are a lot of good ones, like they're donating to the bail funds being set up, to the NAACP and other organizations. Also, to see what they're doing and check their histories. That's the same thing for when these celebrities speak out, and these YouTube influencers, like when they're going in, like when you hear them speaking, and like a lot of people are just doing it just to be clout chasing. So like just go in and see, like check their history, and make sure they're actually genuine when they speak out, like when they speak out against it. And if you are one of those people, if you're a genuine or ally, then make sure that then remember, this is when you're in, you gotta be committed to it for life, not just until this blows over. You gotta show that you're on our side from here and now, because I see so like I see a lot of again, I see a lot of people in YouTube, a lot, I'm part of the gaming community, so I see a lot of gaming YouTubers. They are speaking out against it, like folks like Yong Ye and Daniel Libertson. Like they're actually using their platforms as an attention to bring attention to this problem, which is a great thing. They're using their social media and their videos to speak out on this, so that's a great thing. And for those of you who do want to be our allies, you do want to help, then let me get back to that for a second. But there's a lot of stuff that's been going on these past few weeks that just been really unnecessary. Like I know you saw like last week with the Democrats kneeling and wearing the kente cloth, but like their heart was in the right place. And yeah, I'm definitely voting for Joe Biden or whoever ends up running against Trump this fall. But you're just doing too much. Like for real, you're doing too much. I mean, all we're really asking for is for the police to be held accountable, and for you to help do your part in dismantling this system of institutionalized racism that's been going down forever. Same thing with that little advertisement with the actors about like saying that they're responsible, like including Aaron Paul, because that's like one of my favorite actors. But again, y'all are doing too much. Just kick back, speak up against it when you hear about racism, and also when we speak on it, like tell you what we need, then just make sure you listen. And also, if you do seek to be an ally, then again, like I said, speak out against racism, and don't hit us with that all lives matter bullshit, because we know that's bullshit. If somebody says all lives matter as a response to Black Lives Matter, but not Blue Lives Matter, then you know it's bullshit, first of all. And secondly, like when we speak, just listen to us, because we're telling you like what the problem is, and we're telling you how to deal with it and face it. A lot of you mean well. You just need. We're the ones who are affected by this, so just listen to us and let us guide you and let us show you that what we need you to do. And also make sure you educate yourself on a lot of so like you'll know what we're talking about when you hear stuff like white privilege or institutionalized racism and things like that. Also read up on history. Like I said, this isn't something that just happened. This has been going on for decades. The Tulsa race riots, for instance. There's been a lot said about like a lot of people are just learning about, including blacks, are just learning about it for the first time. I mean, like the first time many people heard about it was from the Watchmen TV show that was on HBO. So also read about what went down in Philadelphia with the Move organization, as well as what happened to the community that was there before it got removed forcibly to where Central Park is now. You know? And another thing I've been seeing is like there's been a lot of attention being given to black creators, black comic book writers, black YouTubers, black Twitch streamers like myself. And that's a good thing. And that's a good thing because we usually don't get it. We usually don't get a whole lot of attention when it comes in this field. And we got a lot of unique perspectives. But if you're going to do it, then don't let it be a one-time thing where like soon as this blows over or whatever, you just go back to ignoring us. It's gotta like I said, it's gotta be for life. Keep highlighting us until we're all equal, and it doesn't just have to be about things like racism as well. You can talk to us about Star Wars and about video games. That's what a lot of us do. We got our comic books, we got our Twitch channels. It doesn't have to be about racism and everything. You can come talk to us and see our perspectives about things. I myself have a gaming channel that you can read and see about and look at in the comic, and that I'll post a link to in the comments that you can all join and subscribe to. So again, make sure you shine a light on them, share them around, let your friends know if you're digging their stuff, subscribe to them, and if you really want to be awesome, if they got a Patreon page, subscribe to that as support them using that, buy their merchandise too. So what else do I want to speak on? Because like this thing isn't just something that's just going to be here. It's not going to be some trend on social media. This hopefully will result in a huge societal change, as well as re-examining the way that we look at shit. You can see that now with all the slave owner statues being removed. So things are already moving in the right direction. We just need to keep it going, and we just need to make sure it's being guided right. You're seeing this is something that's been this is going on like worldwide and shit. You see people in Europe and Asia protesting on our behalf. Like if you go on Twitter, you can even see people from Hong Kong who are involved with the Hong Kong protests giving us directions on how to like deal with tear gas and shit. And to me, that's pretty much, and that's awesome. Like this is unity. Yeah, because I know a lot of like people like right. I don't want to call them just conservatives or whatever, just alt-right folks. They'll go on and they'll find their so-called black friend who they'll just listen to because they'll validate their points and tell them that this ain't real, or because this is virtue signaling or whatever buzz term they cook up with. And that's all bullshit. You gotta listen. So you gotta listen to our. You gotta listen to our voices and educate yourself on what's going on, and think about why it's going on. People always talk about how we need to look at other people's perspectives. So look at our perspective. You know. What else do I want to speak on? Also, I want to turn this around to our black trans women. In the past few weeks, there have been two black trans women who who have been killed, and it's received very little attention. Their names are Rhea Milton in Ohio and Dominique Fell in Pennsylvania. So this is Pride Month for the LGBT community, and it's taken on a double meaning because of the Black Lives Matter protests. So when you say Black Lives Matter, that also includes the Black LGBT community. And sadly, like they're being killed off by police as well, but they're also murdered by just other black men, and we don't need to see it. This is a time where we all need to be unified. Black, whether you're straight, gay, transgender, or otherwise, whether you're Black, Latino, Asian, or whatever. Also, like we heard about this past week, how Trump rolled back health protections for the how the Trump administration rolled back protections for transgender people in the U.S. healthcare system. So they need our help. They need our help more than ever. Like, they're on our side with us as well. If you heard about the Pride movement was born out of Stonewall riots, and that was a protest against police brutality. A lot of people don't know about that either. So we all need to be united. We need to uplift our men, our women, our children, whether they're straight, gay, or trans, or bisexual, or whatever else. Also another thing, there are gonna be people who are bringing up that all lives matter crap to discredit the Black Lives Matter movement. Again, like I said earlier, you know they're bullshit because they're saying all lives matter in response to Black Lives Matter, but they won't say it in response to Blue Lives Matter. Matter of fact, if you pay attention, then the only reason why they bring up Blue Lives Matter is whenever a cop is killed by a African American. You know, as far as like black on black crime, because I know somebody's going to bring up that. The difference between blacks killing blacks and cops killing blacks is that when a black person kills another black person, they go to jail. When a cop kills another black person, then they're going to get paid administrative leave, even when there's video evidence. Also, what people don't bring up in the whole black on black crime argument is that most crime is interracial. When you've got communities where you're usually homogeneous, then yeah, crimes between them are any crimes that occur are likely going to be of the same race. And also, blacks aren't killing blacks because their skin color either. Also, another thing that doesn't come up is white on white crime by that same token. Matter of fact, nearly 85% of all white murder victims were killed by another white person. So you will never hear about white on white crime from the same people who talk about black on black crime. Also, by that same logic, then if you really think about it, then if you go by that same logic, then I really don't see what the hubbub is about illegal aliens or Muslim terrorists, because hey, American citizens are more likely to be killed by American citizens than any Muslim terrorist group or any illegal immigrant. So yeah, that's so. Whenever somebody brings up black on black crime, just mention that to them. So again, that's all. That's pretty much me speaking my piece. I just want to speak on this whole situation. So like I said, it's almost 2 a.m. and it's the 15th, and I'm going to be heading to bed like right after I'm done recording this. So thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, click the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you want to see more videos, hit subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll know when I put one up. And also check out my gaming channel, Screwface Capone. That's in the comments as well. That's going to be in the description below. And again, whether you're going to a protest or whether you're social distancing, just take care of yourself and make sure you stay safe. And peace out. I I hope you have a great week, and I hope you have a great summer.